want to talk to you about the simple trick that will help you sell more products. That's right. I just have a really simple trick for you today. Uh, but it's going to help you sell more products. Here, so I can see you live and welding today. All right. So I'll show you let me blog post too. Let me get over here. I did a blog post on it this morning. So it's why I set goals and how it makes more sales and fattens my wallet. And it's an interesting thing because for every yin, there's a yang. For every person on the internet that says you can do something, there's somebody that says it won't work, right? So there are anti-goal setting people who don't believe in goal setting. I don't understand that because science and psychology studies show when you give people a goal, they accomplish more than when they don't. For example, let's say that you need heart surgery and you go in and the doctor has no goal. So he's like, well, let's poke around on his knee here a little bit, see if we find something. No, let's go over here to the gallbladder, check the gallbladder. No, the gallbladder looks okay. Like, you got to have a goal. Let's say you go in physical therapy and you hurt your knee, you had meniscus surgery, and you have to go into therapy for it. And they got no goal. So they're like, well, let's work on your triceps and your biceps. All right, let's work on these calf muscles. Let's work on these chest, on your pecs. You're like, Doug, it's my knee. We need to have a plan for my freaking knee, right? This is why I think people that say goal setting doesn't work or is wrong it just makes no sense. You know, I've given the example before, but just there's a lot of studies done, but one of them was done with like lumberjacks, and they gave one set of lumberjacks the goal to cut down X number of trees in a day. The other set of lumberjacks had no goal. Well, guess who cut down more trees? The lumberjacks who had a freaking goal, right? If you set a goal for yourself, you'll be more focused, and the chances you'll accomplish your goal will be greater. It's plain and simple, point blank. So I'm writing my newsletter this morning, so this isn't going to be a long live stream. I'll show you what I've written so far. Live stream because I have to get back to writing. It's called the Launch Manifesto. Launch early, launch hard, launch often. I think if you're not a subscriber, I think it's like resellertoolkit.com/MMM. And so I'm just writing about this. I've only written a couple pages. I usually try to make it 8, 10, sometimes 12 pages. Sometimes it goes really long. It really just kind of depends on how much I got to say on the topic and what's happening that day, right? But if you will set goals, a goal for the week, right? And set a specific goal, you're going to accomplish more than if you don't, right? Now, I talk about this and other derivations and variations in depth at resellertoolkit.com/strange ritual. That's kind of like part of the strange ritual. Good morning, Fatis. If you're on, give me a shout out. Let me know you're on. See, we got some folks on today. I'm writing the newsletter today, and then I've also been writing a sales page. I'll give you a sneak little preview of it for a launch. It ain't done yet, but I'm working on getting it done, right? It's close to done, but close to done doesn't count. Like, the only thing that counts is done, right? So it's not done yet. Here we go. And this one I've been working on all week because, like, just trying to get an hour to work on my sales page this week was a freaking challenge. We had a bunch of crap going on this week, and it was I just had trouble getting even a couple hours to work on it. But this is at launch in 10 days. It's going to be 10 days of live streams calling the easy launch system to get you launched. And so this is the sales page for it. I don't have the price on it yet. But that's it. We'll be getting the newsletter done today. And depending on my mental, like I don't like to write or launch something when I don't have mental energy. And so, like, I woke up today, I just not sleep well last night. So I don't know if I'm going to launch this today or not because, like, yeah, I just did not sleep real great. But I plan on taking a nap, and maybe after the nap, I'll be like, okay. But it's also American football today. It's the playoffs. I'm going to be definitely watching that part of today. So how are you? Are you launching? You gonna launch? You're not launching? You don't know how to launch? How about you? Where are you at today, this week? Let me pull back up so I can see our comments. What's my opinion of Google Ads? Well, my opinion of Google Ads is they make Google a lot of money. Why? It makes them like billions of dollars. If you're Google and you can sell people ads, I recommend it, right? I think what you're asking is what's my opinion of Google Ads? Um, and I teach organic, Fatis, and affiliates. And that's the reason I teach that. That's what I do. Now, the truth about ads is this is for the most part, the people who do it and succeed at it are selling high tickets. And selling high tickets, that means phone calls. And if you don't want to be on the phone doing phone selling, it's not my idea of a good time. I've done it, but I'm not crazy about it. Then, you probably can't get the ads to liquidate. Now, I do have a friend who does marketing for Joe Vitale, and they actually worked. He was able to get smaller ticket OTOs cause the ads to break even. Now, this was on Facebook. This wasn't on Google Ads, right? But like he's the only person I know that I personally know of that said that. Yeah, well, I mean, there's people that run Facebook ads for a living that say that. But just as somebody I know more as a friend, right? So, yeah, that's my opinion on Google Ads. Number one, they make Google a lot of money. Number two, they used to be really cheap. Number three, today they're not anything remotely resembling cheap. So number four, the price points of the products you have to be selling in order to even break even with the ads keeps going up and up and up. The bar just keeps going up. And so it makes it, in general, as an overgeneralization, it makes it tough unless you want to be on a big ticket model. And again, the big ticket model translates into selling big tickets on the phones. I have a friend named Flo Coonley, and he's great at it. He's unbelievable at it. He sells the daylights out of stuff on the phone, or has salespeople who do now. But that's his thing, right? My thing is not really phone sales. So that's the challenge, is just the ads are so expensive. Typically, you can't sell small tickets and break even, although there are exceptions to the rule, like I told you with my friend who does stuff for Joe Vitale. All right, guys and gals, that's it for today. What I want you to do is set a goal for the next week. How much do you want to sell? How many products do you want to sell? If you ain't got a product to launch, what product do you want to launch in the next week and at what price point? Hey, Adil, how are you doing, man? Thank you. I do appreciate that. So if you ain't got a product to launch, listen, that's why I'm doing the product in 10 days, the launch in 10 days thing. Now, I'm going to be honest to you. It don't take 10 days to launch. I'm saying 10 days because I don't think people will believe the truth. I mean, the truth is it takes maybe 3 hours to launch. But it sounds so unbelievable that I'm calling it launch in 10 days, right? So you just have to string out what you could do in 3 hours over 10 days. So that's the truth of it. It's like, all right, you're excited about launching in 10 days. Okay, great. We'll just chunk it up into 10 days. All right. But if you really get it and you understand it and you've developed some ability, you can launch in 3 hours from now. You can launch in 3 hours from now, right? I've done it a lot. You can do it. It's not just me. You have the ability to do that, right? Now you got to be audience building every day. That's why I created the resellertoolkit.com/20-minute, the 20-minute promotion system, and other miscellaneous products to help you know how to build your audience, right? Adil says excited. Well, that's great because listen, Adil, like, you know, your first launch or launches, you probably aren't going to sell a lot. If you do, 2 points, props to you, right? If you sell any, that's great. If you don't even sell any, that's great. Why? Because you went through the process of launching, and the next time it'll be faster and easier, and the next time it'll be faster and easier. And I promise you, if you get a really hot AI idea, like right now, let's just throw it out there. AI is hotter than grease lightning right now. You do a product on AI right now, probably sell, right? I mean, it's not even hard. It's not even hard to do the products, right? It's not doing the products is easy. Like in my, doing the products is easy. So anyway, if you launch and launch and launch, you'll get better at it. You'll get faster at it. If you're recruiting affiliates, you'll get affiliates who like you, hopefully, and will promote for you. If you're just doing an organic audience and building your audience every week, you should be adding at least some people to your audience. Maybe 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 there, right? But over time, hopefully you're building up your audience of people that love you. Certainly you're building up your email list, right? And by the way, speaking of that, if you haven't gone to marlonsanders.com, you can go there and get my free seed marketing report. Find the need, sow the seed, reap the harvest. It's a great report. People love it. I get a lot of positive comments about it. You'll like it also. And if you haven't seen my blog, it's and read the articles there, it's right here. Marlon's News, MarlonsNews.com, marlonsnews.com. Right here is the article, Why Set Goals, How It Makes More Sales and Fattens My Wallet. It's right here. Now, if you want to do the fancier launches and know how to really crank up and scale serious money, and I also cover stuff like doing all the social media the whole ball of wax, right? It's marlonsanders.com/freedom launches. That's like my more advanced launching system. The launch in 10 days, that's going to be people that never launched, doing their first launch, just want to get one launch out of the way. The freedom launches, that's, well, how do you scale it up? How do you make a really serious business out of it? So that's marlonsanders.com freedom launches. It's it's not real cheap. It's not real expensive. It's not real cheap. I think it's $350. Because because you should be able to, if the product's right for you, you should be able to recoup that within 2 weeks, a week. I mean, it shouldn't take very long for you to recoup that amount of money, in my opinion. Right? Here's another good article to read. Launch early, launch hard, launch often, the launch manifesto. That's my manifesto. But I should probably change the name of the group to the launch early, launch hard, launch often. Right? That's the manifesto, right? All right. So I hope you all are launching. If you're not, hunker down and write a freaking sales letter. Take an idea. Like, if you don't know the right idea, just take the freaking dice and roll it. Right? I mean, that's what I tell people. If you don't know the right idea, write out all your best ideas, give them a number, roll the dice, and pick one. Because an object in motion tends to do what? Stay in motion, right? An object in motion tends to do what? It tends to stay in motion. So you got to get yourself in motion. Got to get yourself going. So this is where most people trip up, is they get in motion once, they don't make very many sales, so they don't feel like they're going to get rich overnight, and they just stop. So you got to get in motion step one, you got to stay in motion, step two. And then step number three, as you're in motion, you got to get better, right? You got to get better at building your audience, get better at writing sales letters, get better at creating magnetic product ideas that people love. All right, that's it for today, guys and gals, boys and girls, masterminders, and everyone else. You all have a great day. I'll see you all probably tomorrow. I don't always do a live stream on Sundays, but definitely I'll see you on Monday. I'll probably do one tomorrow.